Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some career mode goodness. I want to apologize, there hasn't been a video up for a few days now, and that's just because I've been, coming up to Christmas. It tends to be a bit of a festive time, and I was out and about a whole lot more than I usually am, so that's why there hasn't been too many videos that you've kind of been expected to see every day. But like I said, I apologize for that, but sometimes it's nice just to take a break and go out with your friends quite a bit more, and considering a lot of my friends are back from uni and things like that, it's nice to catch up with them and see them all again. But yeah, we're here for some career mode goodness. That's why you guys are staring at this screen and your speakers on or whatever, you're listening in headphones or whatever. And yeah, so the team is looking mean. I decided to set up in a 4-2-2-2 formation, and as you guys know, previously I used to run a 4-3-2-1 formation, and that was mainly just to accommodate for the likes of Neymar, Muriel, and El Shaarawy all on at the same time. And in the 4-2-2-2 formation, the reason why I'm running that one is because I just didn't like the 4-3-2-1. I found myself conceding way too many goals, and it just didn't work out for me. So that's why I decided to go into this formation, and it actually works out really well. Not to mention, I am quite comfortable with this formation. But one player that was, eager to make a good impact on the first game was Nuri Sahin. This is his first game for the club, and we managed to go 2-0 up there through El Shaarawy. And El Shaarawy at the moment is just on fire. He's a goal-scoring machine. If you guys are wondering whereabouts Muriel is at the moment, he's actually still injured, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully you can expect him back soon. And a fantastic ball played through to El Shaarawy, and he managed to get another goal this game. The guy is just an animal. He really is. But Nuri Sahin really is very impressive. I have to admit, the biggest thing about him for me has got to be his passing, his ability to pick out certain players on the field and, just provide a really accurate pass. Like I said, Muriel is injured, so I've got Royce on the pitch at the moment, but there he is, getting his first goal in his first game for QPR, and that is just awesome to see. But I lose possession really poorly in the middle of midfield there, and that was just such a stupid place to lose it. And again, some really weak passing means that I lose possession again, and they deserved it, because in my opinion that should have been a penalty in the box anyways. So Marshall gets a goal to bring it back, but having a 4-goal lead, even if I concede another one, as I do here, it wasn't really going to threaten my win in this Capital One Cup. And not to mention, it was a nice goal, some slightly poor defending, and both those goals really shouldn't have come through. But it's just the way it ended up being. It's the way the cookie had crumbled. Arsenal beating Middlesbrough 2-0 there. And yeah, that's about it for the Capital One Cup. But Nuri Sahin is really impressive. I said this before when I actually purchased him, was that you guys, he didn't really come into conversation. A lot of you guys said a whole bunch of players, but Nuri Sahin wasn't one of them at all. And I was kind of curious as to why that was, and I didn't really understand. And then after playing with him recently, I still don't really understand. I reckon he is such a solid defensive mid. And you guys might, he's not there necessarily for his defensive qualities, but he's kind of like a Xavi in the sense that he's got great dribbling and his passing is just incredible. Not to mention that his finishing is pretty solid. I wouldn't say his finishing was anything to harp on about, but it's definitely something impressive, and it works out well for a defensive mid who is more there just to pull the strings of the team and create these sort of really good runs and make sure people get on the other end of it. But yeah, guys, I am the Portuguese manager and I have a job to do. It's the European Championships, and I was currently setting up this team for this game against Northern Ireland, I think it is, and I was excited to see how it was. I really couldn't wait to get into a game with Portugal, because I probably could have simmed this match in all honesty, but I just was so eager to want to try out this team, see how it works, see how they play, and more importantly, see how Ronaldo was now that he's he's getting on a bit. He's a little bit older, but Nelson Oliveira there, right off the beginning, manages to pass it through to Ronaldo, who unfortunately doesn't manage to finish it up. But your man Callum, who is one of the best all-round midfielders in my opinion at the moment, and just really solid in this game as well. And he worked out pretty well, managed to get the first goal of the game. And Northern Ireland were actually, I remember playing them with, I believe it was Turkey that I played him with. I remember them being actually a pretty tricky side, but Ronaldo there is like, what a dirty bastard he is. Do you guys see that? The nice little scoop turn, like 90-degree scoop turn, followed by the absolutely monstrous finish there. And the referee actually really helped me out there, blocked out one of the Irish players, and that left a really nice counter-attack for me. And Ronaldo is just stupid in this game. He really is. The reason why I wouldn't try and sign him anytime soon is because, you know, he is getting on and he only probably has a couple more years on him before he starts to hit the decline. And, you know, he definitely deserves man of the match there. 2 absolutely wonderful goals, meaning we win 3-0, solid victory for us. But then our man decides to give us a scout update, and none of those players necessarily interested me, although that one there with the potential to be 93, although chances are he probably won't ever reach that 93 rating. I actually have to check out my budget at the moment, see if I can go and grab myself another scout, because the scout I currently have, although, you know, he's getting a few good players, I really would like a great scout, and you guys know that. You guys know that with any leftover money from the transfer budget from summer, I will use in on a scout, but I decided I'd simulate this game against Bulgaria. Nani there picks up a really early goal on and puts us 1-0 up, and I was feeling pretty confident from then on. It's a home game, and when you sim these sort of home games, things tend to go your way a lot of the time, and I wasn't too worried about it. You know, Bulgaria, they're an alright team, but definitely not a team that Portugal should be losing to, and obviously, as expected, Ronaldo gets a goal for himself as well. Before this episode's end, we do have one last game against Aston Villa. Now, this game was so tight, and you guys will see a little bit why in a second, but I decided to play a pretty solid team out there. Neymar and El Shaarawy as strikers, and Gertze and Adrian as the 2 center attacking mids, because I really do want them to kind of get on with things and start to improve as players, because I know Adrian is capable of a lot more, but he's really just not accelerating as far as his overall statistics go, and that's a little bit disappointing, but I can only hope it will come in time. And they actually, in the 90th minute, I was like, no way, my own defender knocks it into Bannon's, my own chests it into Bannon's path, and he gets a goal. I was like, that is absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was so angry, and I mean, that's just throwing away 2 points. Or is it? Because my man here, El Shaarawy, sprints down the line, chops inside in the 90th minute to seal the 3 points. And that was huge. That was a huge sigh of relief from me, because I wanted those 3 points against Aston Villa. And I thought it slipped away from me due to a really silly mistake. But fortunately, El Shaarawy just pulled out an absolute masterpiece and secured the 3 points. So, that's it from me today, guys. I hope you all have had a fantastic day. Hope you all have a great Christmas as well. Hope Santa brings you whatever. I'm looking to get a setup video done pretty soon, actually, if you guys are interested in that. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.